Wow, this will be awesome, guys. This looks very, very awesome.
So I got this little package here, the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus, the highest smartphone from Honor to date. They also announced the Magic 4 Ultimate, but this is the Magic 3 Pro Plus, the latest and greatest and best flagship phone of Honor. So let's get started with the unboxing and first look. So let's start open this flap here. It's holding up magnetically. You can see the Honor Magic 3 here and the Pro Plus model, apparently written here in Chinese. This phone should have come last year also in Europe globally, but it did not. So they only sold this one in China. So this is the version. Hopefully we will get the successor of it. And yeah, here in my version I have like some kind of screen protector included here as well. Let's put this aside. Here we have the phone itself with all its shenanigans. Let's put this aside. Let's take a look at what is inside of the box. So what we have here neatly put down is headphones. These are cable headphones, not like they look like without any cable. There's a cable hidden there, as you can see here, black, which is nice. So yeah, they include headphones, which is interesting. Then there is a black USB-C cable to USB-A with an, what is it, orange kind of accent color, I think. There we see it. And then we have a 66 watt wall plug charger. As you can see here, this is the Chinese model, so we have to use an adapter if you want to use this one. But I'm pretty sure that Honor's, how's it called, supercharger is also compatible with Huawei's supercharger, so I can use the 67 watt or 66 watt charger I have for my Huawei devices with this as well. Otherwise, it's nice that it's in black, which fits the whole feeling of the device itself. And we have a case here as well, because this one ships also with an Honor case. Let's open it up quickly to see how this will look like. So this is the official case designed by Honor, as you can see here. And here Honor as well as a branding, and yeah, probably one of the best cases, though not the best for protection, but the best hand-in feeling that you can get with the included case. So this is everything. There's like, of course, something about Huawei app gallery and how to get apps and other stuffs here as well. And some Honor Magic 3 800 something written there that I did not read. And of course we have some paper material as well, as you can see here, a SIM eject tool, as well as some paper material here, which includes some Chinese instructions on how to use the device and some other things as well, just like here, volume up, down, power button, and so on. Yeah, the Magic 3 Pro Plus. Let's put this aside and let's come to the star of the show, like this. And here we go. This is the black version of the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. And I think this is the correct way to hold it. As you can see here, 100 times zoom. It is like advertising here. 1/1.28 inch octa PD, 11 to 90 meter ASP-H sensor. So these are all the sensors here. So this thing is really looking big, and the whole deal of this one is the camera here, periscope camera that should allow hybrid zoom of 10 times, which is almost lossless, and up to 100 times, which is not lossless probably, but still an interesting device. Let's talk specs about the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. Like a flagship from last year, of course, it comes with a 888 Snapdragon processor, but this is the 888 Plus, so the slightly faster speed prevention overclocked Snapdragon 888 basically. We have a 6.76 inches front display that you can see here, which is an OLED display, 1 billion colors, 120 Hz, HDR10 Plus support, and a screen-to-body ratio of 94.9, which is pretty awesome. Then, of course, we have the camera system. We have a 13 megapixel ultra-wide 100 degrees camera there that probably I can show you better here, the cutout, with 3D time of flight sensor and 3D face scanning sensor as well inside of here. And we also have then an main camera here consisting of various different lenses. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I see. We have a 50 megapixel sensor, 23 millimeters wide, 1 over 1.28 inch size sensor, 64 megapixel telephoto, 3.5 optical zoom, 10 times hybrid zoom, 64 megapixel monochrome, and 64 megapixel ultra wide angle, and 3D time of flight sensor as well. So these are the main specs in terms of cameras, which is pretty awesome on this device. Otherwise, this device features, of course, everything that you need to know. We have loudspeakers, we have on the bottom a speaker, and we have on the top a speaker, so stereo speaker. We have also infrared blaster, another microphone on the bottom. We have USB Type-C, which is pretty interesting here because it is not one of those weaker USB Type-C. 3.1 support with USB on the go and probably also display output. We have Bluetooth 5.2. We have aptX HD support as well as Wi-Fi 6 without any issues. NFC, of course, on board, and GPS newest version. Tri-band GLONASS and BDS are also supported. Under the screen fingerprint sensor that I currently have disabled, but you have an under-screen fingerprint scanner that you can, of course, enable under biometrics, where you can have a fingerprint ID and face recognition that you can set up. We have a 4600 milliampere hours non-removable battery that can be charged via cable 66 watt, but also wireless 66 watts, which is also pretty interesting and one of the fastest currently available on the market still, even if they announced like 100 watt charging wirelessly already. But I don't have like a charging wireless chargers here currently, but I hope to get one, and then I can try this out with this phone. So this is what you have to know in terms of specs if you're interested in the specs of the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. So the software that is running here is Magic UI 5. It reminds me a little bit of Emotion UI from Huawei's. Nothing much changed, as this is running without Google mobile services, but instead comes with Huawei mobile services because it's mainly shipped or sold only in China. You find, of course, Huawei App Gallery here, Huawei Health, Huawei Video, Huawei Music, Huawei Cloud, and all the other Huawei apps that we know and love. Some bloatwares there as well, Weibo, Bilibili, Baidu, Sina News, Chinese TikTok, and of course App Advisor and other things are here as well. And let's go to the settings and I'll show you around. First of all, the display, which is a nice display. Let's make it a little bit brighter. You can see how cool and nice it is and how curved it is. And yeah, it looks pretty awesome, I have to say, this 88-degree curve. And it reminds me very much of the Huawei Mate 40 Pro. When we take a look at the screen resolutions, we have various different screen resolutions. Standard is 2376 by 1152. You can also go to high, which gives you even a little bit more, or you can choose smart resolution, which will do a smart resolution change. And the same goes for refresh rate. You have 3 different refresh rates that you can choose here: high 120 Hz, medium 90 Hz, and standard 60 Hz. Dynamic will switch between them how it sees fit. Then, of course, you can check the storage here. Roughly 22.44 gigabytes are used here of 512 gigabytes. So you have still plenty of storage that you can play around with. Let's make it a bit darker. There you can see it. So a lot of storage that you can play around with. And yeah, the rest of the system is, as we can see here, system update. It's version 5.0.0.186. I will see if I can get an update there. So far it doesn't look like it. The system on first glance runs fluid, reminds me of a typical Huawei or Honor phone, like the Honor 50 for example. No issues with this at all. Let's take a look at the camera, which is super interesting. Switching cameras, location tag, okay, enabled. And yeah, I can switch between those different modes here and yeah, take shots. What I notice immediately in comparison to a Huawei phone, we have the slider buttons down here, so it's not so easy to go to the different lenses. You have to have two hands to use this device. We have the main device, we have the wide angle, there you can see my television running, 3.5 times zoom, which allows zooming in. There you can see even more, detects a face on the television. And we have even 10 times zoom, and I can zoom here onto the face again and some hands showing up. So yeah, I will test this out, of course, and I think I will start with the vlogging camera here. I don't want a beauty effect. And there you can see me. Wow, this is also very wide, recording with the P50 Pro, as you can see here. And I can go even wider, a little bit wider at least, and one time, which is like more stable, it seems. And yeah, let's see what the video will show us. So this is the widest option. I really have to say, this is like almost no difference. So let's check it out. The first selfie video with the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. So this is the first selfie video, and also using the internal mics of the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. This is the 0.8 times magnification basically on the front-facing camera. And I can go also to wide, which looks like this. You can see it's a bit dark here, so there is a little bit of noise going on, at least what I can see on the viewfinder. And I can go to 1 times, which probably is better for stabilization. Let's get up here and let's check this out. So stabilization, I'm walking around. I think it's pretty good. Let's go to 0.8. On the viewfinder it looks pretty stable still. Now let's go to the ultra wide angle, because this is something that sometimes they struggle, and this is a little bit less stabilized, I would say. And probably 0.8 would be the best. Does it have autofocus? Would be very interesting to test out. Do I have anything that I can show you which is not copyrighted or something like this? Let's show this here. Is it focusing on this one? It's adjusting the exposure, but seems not to focus, so there's no autofocus on the front-facing camera, which is a little bit of a bummer. And this is now the back-facing camera, the default one, in its default settings, 1080p 30 frames per second, and you can go up to 4K 60 frames per second, even in 21:9, but you cannot switch to the ultra-wide angle when you're recording 60 frames per second. The same issue that I have with my P50 Pro, that the ultra-wide angle cannot record 60 frames per second, only 30 frames per second, but they're also 4K, of course, which is a bit of a bummer, I would say. What do you think about this one? And let's switch to the ultra-wide angle. And this is the ultra-wide angle now. I have to hold my hand further away, like this probably. This is the ultra-wide angle. It gives you an ultra-wide field of view, also large sensor. And yeah, what do you think about this one? I think it's a pretty solid camera system. So one thing that I noticed recording audio here externally via my microphone, I have to use a cable. If I use my Saramonic Blink 500 receiver with USB-C, it is not working for some reason. I don't know why it is not working. It's detecting an external device, but it's not recording from this. It uses the internal speakers, the internal microphones for recording, which is a bit of weird. So I'm not sure what's wrong there. A small little audio test. I had to re-record this section because YouTube was claiming it was copyrighted, even though I searched for non-copyright music. Anyway, let's listen to this. I will use my microphone and put it here, and let's start. I think the audio sounded pretty good. You can get a little bit louder, I think, with some other devices, but I think the bass is good, highs are good, and mids are good as well. It's not as loud as I would like it to be, but still it's a good stereo speaker setup on a Magic 3 Pro Plus. As you can see, or maybe not see, this is quite a fingerprint magnet here, as you now can see probably, so it makes sense to protect this as well, this ceramic kind of back. And I have here the official casing, so let's take a look how this will look like with this official case that is, like, by the way, hard and has also this kind of two texture kind of feeling, and also with a slightly raised middle part. Let's take a look how this will fit. Yeah, it fits nicely already. I can see it. It's protecting the camera here, the hump, definitely. Nice here, especially on the edges where it's raised a little bit. Here also the display is protected a little bit because it's like raising over the display. There you can see it, a little lip there. And the same goes down here. So if you can put it like this, it is lying on those lips here. The side is pretty exposed, so you can see the buttons here. You have the original feeling basically. It's nicely curved here to get, yeah, a very unified kind of feeling. And the look is also nice. Let's check out the space here. I think the microphone one is a little bit, is it too low? No, it's perfectly fitting. Just looks like a little bit there. You can see it. USB-C cutouts are good, I think. Also above here, infrared cutout. Everything is fitting nicely, as you can expect from an official Honor case.
When it comes to gaming, of course, with the Snapdragon 888 processor and especially the Plus model, you don't have any issues when it comes to gaming. The only issue we'll notice is it's getting a little bit warm, and it might CPU throttle a little bit here and there, but you don't notice this when it comes to the gaming performance itself. So games run fluidly in high frame rates and high graphics settings without any big issues. This is still a flagship processor, even though it came out or was used in the last year. It is still very, very capable, and games are running fine, just like this game here, as you can see, which is running very smoothly without big issues. On this Chinese variant of the Magic 3 Pro Plus, we don't have any white wine level at all, so this is the only one that you can see here. And yeah, you can see the Snapdragon processor and some information about the system itself, Android 11 based system. And yeah, this is pretty much everything of the Magic UI on the Magic 3 Pro Plus.
So what do you think about the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus? I think it's a good device. My first impression is pretty good. It reminds me very much of the Mate 40 Pro that I also have, and the case I really like, I have to say. The fit and finish is nice of this one. What I don't like so much is, first glance, I cannot use my external microphone via the Blink 500 sender and receiver for some reason. It's not working. So I have to use the cable only, which is working with my microphone. Not sure if it's my microphone. No, I think it's a Blink 500 that is not supported on the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus. As I want to use it as a video device, this might be yeah, quite a bummer. Otherwise, the stereo speakers are fine, not so loud. I would really like them to be a little bit louder, I would say. The screen is very, very nice, I have to say. It's a very good screen, 120 Hertz. You notice that, and everything's running fluid and fast. The Snapdragon 888 Plus is doing its job. I still have to do some benchmarks to see, or yeah, usage of the system to see if it overheats, if it has some issues with performance and such things. But on first glance, everything is running fine here, and I have no issues with this device. What do you think about the Honor Magic 3 Pro Plus? Are you interested in this device? Should Honor bring this out maybe also in Europe? Besides bringing their flagship Magic 4 Ultimate out, should I bring this out maybe at a cheaper price point for entry-level flagship device? Are you interested in this device, even though Magic 4 Pro is coming out in a few month? Write it down in the comment section. That's everything for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Until the next time. Bye.